All right, guys, nice win for the Utah Jazz. It got a little hairy at the end, but the Jazz pull out a victory. This is the Hoopsner postgame show. Nice game against a interesting Orlando Magic team. I don't know if the Orlando Magic are ever going to figure it out. I actually feel like Steve Clifford's a pretty good coach who coaches up defensively, and they're a long team with Isaac and Bamba and just all the players on that team they've drafted. They love to draft those long players. And I'm really interested in Markelle Fultz and just how he can develop and what he can become. I know we all know all the stories with Markelle Fultz, but it was nice to see him play. He looks like, I haven't watched a lot of Orlando this year, but it looks like he's finding at least a level of comfort on the floor, and he does some nice things. He's got a big body. He's athletic. He can pass the ball. There's a chance he can really contribute for them and be a nice guard. I don't know if he takes them to the next level. Obviously not right now. I think they're about 3 games below 500, 2 or 3 games. But it'll be nice to see what Markelle Fultz can do. I'm rooting for the Magic. I'm rooting for Markelle Fultz and those guys. I'd love to see Bamba eventually get that starting spot. We'll see if they ever do, because Vucevic plays at an all-star level when he's playing at his best. Tonight, he had to go against Rudy Gobert, and he was 4 for 15 from the field. Rudy Gobert is a monster. And can we all say rest in peace to the narrative of Rudy not being able to guard perimeter players? Because he does, and he dominates them. He just does. It's the next step. He's doing it. So instead, the Nationals just don't talk about the Jazz at all. If they talk about the Jazz, it's about what they feel they can't do. When they end up getting better and doing better at the things they said they couldn't, they don't talk about them anymore. So anyways, the Utah Jazz get another win tonight, and I know everyone will talk about the bench, which still has not quite figured it out. Some of that, I think, happened when Mike Conley got hurt, because the first half of this game, the Jazz looked really good, and they had that one electric run in the third quarter where they were just hitting shots, and it really just shows the potential of this team. And maybe that's the struggle of this season, is just the potential. But I think one thing that Jazz fans have to be happy with is they have the offensive potential, and they've shown they can be a defensive stalwart. From the beginning of this year, they showed that they can do that. And that's why you got to be excited about, because they also have the third component, which is a killer on the offensive end that can get you buckets when it's hardest. You saw 2 teams tonight. One had a killer, one didn't. Donovan Mitchell just ended the game. He said, "I got this. We're not losing tonight," said Donovan Mitchell in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left and down by 3. Donovan Mitchell came in and said, "I'm going to win this game," and he did it. And the Jazz were smart enough to get Markelle Fultz up top. I mean, Markelle Fultz seems like he's at least an average defender, maybe better. I need to watch more to see. But they had Vucevic down low, and so they just switched it up, gave Donovan the matchup he wanted. He can beat anyone off the dribble, and then he went at Vucevic and he scored every single time. And guess what? It was making a floater. So I don't know. The Jazz have that guy that when things are close, he can go and get a bucket. And he's not afraid of the big moment. He's done it in the playoffs. He's done it in the regular season. He'll keep on doing it. Donovan Mitchell is a star. He's an all-star. He deserves to be on that team. And he better get it. He deserves it. He's adjusted his game this year. He's getting more and more assists. This game, Donovan Mitchell, 4 assists. It's like 3 games in a row he's had no less than 4. In the last 2 games, he was at 6 per. So he's figuring it out. And tonight he was 13 for 23, 2 for 7 from 3. So the 3 wasn't falling as much as you'd like. But he was just a dominant force on the offensive end. And guess who led the team in plus minus? Plus 19, Donovan Mitchell. He's the key to everything. It's too bad that Mike Conley got out. Let's hope that he's not hurt too bad. It looked better. I was wrong. Joe Ingles in the starting unit, it looks like it just works. And I think part of that is because it's with Rudy Gobert on the floor. Joe Ingles just plays so much better with Rudy Gobert and a screening big like that. It just opens things up and he plays so much better. When he's not with that, it's Joe Ingles having to do a lot of ISO stuff and it just doesn't work. So that was nice to see. Also, Royce O'Neal against some of those second unit players, he is just a dominant defender against those guys. He shuts them down, and that was a big deal. So the Jazz, I don't know what the Jazz are going to do this trade season. They might not do anything because this might be, there's nothing else you can do. If you want to make a trade, you're going to have to trade an asset that, other teams might not want. We'll see if the Jazz find a partner for what they want to do. But tonight, the Jazz get a win. They're now 16-11. They have won like 4 of their last 5. Let's not be sad Susans. Let's be happy Hansons. All right, guys? Like and subscribe this video. Rate and review on SLC Dunk. I will talk to you later.